My parents humiliated me at my sister's graduation. They joked that I was a mistake compared to my perfect sister. So I shocked them by this. My sister Vanessa graduated college with a 4.0 GPA and some fancy engineering degree. The whole family showed up to this restaurant afterward, the kind with cloth napkins and prices that make you sweat. I'm sitting there in my Target button-up shirt while everyone's gushing over her. My dad stands up with his wine glass, starts giving this whole speech about how proud he is. Then he looks at me and goes, "Well, at least one of our kids turned out right." The other one was more of a happy little accident. Everyone laughed. My mom actually laughed and added, "We joke that Vanessa got all the good genes and poor Nathan got what was left over." I just sat there eating my breadstick, didn't say anything. Vanessa looked uncomfortable but didn't defend me either. This wasn't new. My whole life was like this. Vanessa was the star student. I barely graduated high school. She got into MIT. I went to community college for one semester before dropping out. Every family dinner was just them comparing us. What they didn't know was that for the past 2 years, I'd been working at my buddy Kevin's auto shop. Started as the guy who swept floors and emptied trash. But I actually liked working on cars. Kevin taught me everything. I got my ASE certifications by watching YouTube videos at night and studying in my tiny apartment. 6 months before Vanessa's graduation, Kevin told me he was retiring and moving to Florida. Asked if I wanted to buy the shop. I thought he was messing with me, but he was serious. Said I was the hardest worker he'd ever seen and he trusted me. We worked out a payment plan. I took out a small business loan, used every penny I'd saved from living on ramen and never going out. The shop was mine. I renamed it Nathan's Auto Repair and even got new signs made. I didn't tell my parents, didn't tell anyone except Kevin and my girlfriend Rachel. My parents still thought I was just some loser working minimum wage, probably assumed I'd be living in their basement forever. So I'm sitting at this graduation dinner, listening to my dad make jokes about how I'm the family disappointment, and I just pulled out my phone, opened my business banking app. The shop had been doing really well. I'd hired 2 mechanics, expanded our services, and we had regular customers now. My account showed $47,000 in profits from the last 4 months alone. I stood up right in the middle of my dad's speech. He stopped talking, and everyone stared at me. I opened my wallet and pulled out my business card. Nathan's Auto Repair, owner and head mechanic. I put it on the table in front of him. "I own a business now," I said. "Bought it 6 months ago. Been running it myself. Making more money than both of you combined, actually." My dad works as a middle manager at some insurance company, and my mom's a part-time receptionist. My mom picked up the card like it was fake. "You own a business? Since when?" "Since I stopped waiting for you guys to believe in me," I said. Then I turned to Vanessa. "Congrats on graduating. Really, you worked hard." I put $200 in cash on the table for my part of the dinner bill and walked out. My phone blew up within 10 minutes. My dad called twice. My mom texted asking why I would embarrass them like that. My Aunt Susan sent me a message saying, "About time someone put your parents in their place." 2 days later, my dad showed up at the shop, just stood there watching me work on a Subaru. Finally asked if we could talk. I wiped my hands on my rag and said, "Shop closes at 6. You can come back then if you want." He came back at 6. Apologized. Said he never realized how much their jokes hurt me and that he was genuinely impressed by what I'd built. Asked if he could take me to dinner to actually talk. I said maybe next month. I had too much work lined up. 3 cars were scheduled for the next morning and I needed to order parts. He just nodded and left. Vanessa called me a week later. Said she wished she'd said something at dinner and that she was sorry. I told her it wasn't her fault. She'd always been nice to me, never acted superior. It was just mom and dad who made everything a competition. Last week, my mom came by the shop with homemade cookies. Didn't apologize directly, but said she'd been telling her friends about my business and how proud she was. I took the cookies and said thanks. She asked if she could post about the shop on Facebook. I said sure. My dad now tells people his son's a business owner. Doesn't mention Vanessa's engineering degree as much anymore.